it's helped, and she's right. The WNBA refs blow. They do. She said, I'm tired of this shit. They suck. I'm not. All right? If they thought she would, and maybe we need Caitlin Clark to come out. She's been on a freaking tear. She's now shooting over 40% from the field, not including this game. I mean, and I'm like, wow, Angel's starting to figure it out.
Angel Reese just smacked a coach's clipboard on national TV, igniting a firestorm of criticism. But here's the twist. Is this shocking outburst a sign of deeper leadership struggles within the Chicago Sky? Stay tuned to uncover the controversial strategy behind her actions and what it means for the WNBA's future. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Imagine this. A timeout during a heated Chicago Sky game turns chaotic. A clipboard goes flying out of the coach's hands. Angel Reese's frustration is written all over her face. And just like that, the moment becomes a viral sensation. Within hours, social media was buzzing with reactions. Disrespectful and immature were some of the harshest words thrown at her, while others clapped back, calling her a true competitor refusing to settle for mediocrity. The backlash was immediate, with critics demanding consequences. And soon enough, conversations about a potential suspension for Reese started swirling. But here's the bigger question. Was that explosive moment actually a calculated move? Think about it. Some athletes get loud, not because they've lost control, but because they want everyone in the room to wake up. Reese isn't the first player in sports history to create a scene in pursuit of results, and she definitely won't be the last. Remember Draymond Green's fiery locker room speeches with the Warriors? How about Tom Brady's sideline meltdowns?
Free throw attempts. Okay. I mean, look, I'm not going to have a problem with that. And this is not unlike she had a situation last year where there was a game and she had a really good game. I can't remember exactly what it was. After the game, I think it was an unrivaled game.
The difference is, whenever those guys lit up, the narrative was usually about leadership or passion. For Reese, different story, and the double standard is hard to ignore. But let's look at this from another perspective. In wrestling, over-the-top reactions are basically an art form. Personalities like The Rock or John Cena turn ordinary moments into electrifying theater to fire up the audience and set their own momentum. Now, while Reese isn't stepping into a wrestling ring, that quick-to-boil passion might carry the same energy. It's raw, sure, but it's also attention-grabbing. What's wild is that research into team dynamics suggests emotional outbursts, when used strategically, can actually bring people together. One study from 2017 even found that moments of intense emotion can elevate group focus, turning individual frustration into collective motivation. Could that be what Reese was aiming for? So maybe smacking that clipboard wasn't just about losing her cool with the coaching staff. It could have been her way of saying, "Step it up, all of us." It raises the stakes. And it makes you wonder, what else in the Chicago Sky system is she trying to shake up? Here's the thing, the Chicago Sky isn't just facing problems on the court. This team is having an identity crisis. Their record so far?
Well, I mean, one could say they did award her today. No doubt about it, because she took a ton. 5 of 9, 55%, 12 of 15 from free throws, 22 points, 15 boards, and of them 15 boards, 13 were actually defensive. The Chicago Sky should suspend her for this. They won't, because they're too damn scared of her fan.
It's been shaky, and they're barely holding on in some games. Take the matchup the other night, losing 79-81 to Washington. That wasn't just bad luck at the buzzer. It showed cracks you can't ignore. They struggled to close out possessions, missed defensive rotations, and lacked the cohesion you'd expect from a team trying to make a playoff push. Players like Reese are out there putting up monster numbers: 22 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists in 36 minutes. And still, it's not enough to push them over the edge. It's not just their performance that's under the microscope, though. Inside the organization, there's tension. Head coach Tyler Marsh seems to be losing the room. His authority feels fragile, and without clear leadership, it's like everyone's pulling in different directions. That frustration, it's all over the court. And maybe that's why Reese, the team's star, felt the need to lash out. When someone like her, someone who's consistently putting in her best and carrying the team on the boards,
and be like, these refs effing suck. They would probably fine her and suspend her. Knowing the way they treat her, they would probably fine her and suspend her. And I don't give a rat's how frustrated she is. And I was going to shoot a video and praise her. And then she got into it with the other team or something, or the fans, whatever she's got going on the court, she's figuring it out. Off the court, good God.
Decides to take matters into her own hands. It says a lot about what's happening behind the scenes. Her clipboard smack? It's the kind of moment that feels like a desperate captain trying to steer a sinking ship. Picture it. A leader on a team that's floundering, trying everything to jolt the people around her into action. And truth is, this kind of frustration isn't new in sports. Teams in crisis often see these kinds of breakouts. Psychologists studying group dynamics even argue that a moment of emotional intensity like this can sometimes reset a team's focus. You've seen it in teams that looked lost, only to turn their seasons around after one explosive moment changed everything. Maybe Reese's actions were exactly that, a move to shake her teammates and the coaches awake. It's unconventional, sure, but could it be the wake-up call the Chicago Sky needs to find their spark? And if so, what does Reese's role as a leader mean for the future of this team? And maybe even the league itself? Angel Reese's clipboard smack wasn't just another sideline outburst. It's become a flashpoint, not just for the Chicago Sky, but for the entire WNBA, forcing the league to rethink what leadership looks like. Strong personalities like Reese's spark attention and debates, but they also challenge the status quo. Could this be what the WNBA needs? Players unafraid to demand more, even if it means breaking decorum? If anything, Reese is showing that leadership isn't always pretty, but it's necessary. Whether her actions inspire change or remain a controversy, one thing is clear: Reese is reshaping the narrative of the league.